Hey up me ducks, it's Simon here. Let me just adjust the camera. There's the bongs. I've got all my windows shut today, so it's very windy, so I don't know if you'll even hear them. 15th of October, says Al. Let me pop open the chat, then I might be able to see what's what. Oh no, don't, I've just opened Simon Ask the Community. That's the wrong one. Ah, there we go. All right, so wow, 41 people here already. So we've got Love 80s. Good evening. Oh, you must be somewhere in the world. Clearly, you're somewhere in the world, unless you're picking up YouTube on the planet Zarg or something. But what I was going to say is, you must be somewhere in the world where it's nighttime. Trying to think where that would be. Where would that be? It's going to be nighttime somewhere, but it's morning in the States. It's early morning in Australia, New Zealand, like 2, 3 a.m. I think. So I wonder where you are in the world, if indeed you are in the world. Afternoon and happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Oh, probably that's why I was saying October 15th. So yeah, my birthday isn't for another 7 weeks, something like that. It might just be confusing because I got an early birthday gift from somebody, which was the last pre-recorded video that I put up. So we've got Essien, Sandy, A Crone's Intuition, Caroline, hi Caroline, Ink Witchy Girl, TikTok, Wild One, Toadstool Tarot, Robin, hi Robin, Lisa, Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie, I'm going to be showing the deck. The deck arrived today. Did yours? More about that later, everyone, when I come to talk cards. Let's do the catch-up bit first. So we've got Selkie, Lisa, Tammy Pie, TikTok, Waterchild. Everybody's saying happy birthday. It's really funny. Stray Cat, Jamie. Hello, Jamie. Brenda, Naomi, Eternal Cycles, Waterchild, Tycon, and we've got Jessie. Hi, Jessie. Natasha, Rob, Viola, Celia, Elle, Debbie, Angeline, Patrice, Tamaya. You're wearing your new shirt. I am. Stephanie, Raven Song, Anne's, Abundance Tarot, Life Path 6, Turid, Ellie, Starshine, Long Hair Skinny Eye Toe, Angela, Lisa, Erin, Becoming the Crone, Fierce and Pretty, I've said Life Path, Rebecca, Kayla, Elizabeth, Chelsea, Jen, and Sandy and El Wasson. I've caught up. So yeah, it's great to see everybody. Yes, I'm wearing the t-shirt. So this is the Hermit t-shirt. I don't know how much of it you can see. I might have to stand up so you can see it all. But yeah, I love it. And it's nice and baggy, just how I like them. And there is a size difference between, and I can remember this from when I used to be a lot in the States. There's a size difference. So really good guess, the lovely Moon Whisper who sent me this as part of the gift, because I like to wear t-shirts that aren't tight or restrictive. I like them a little bit baggy, so it's absolutely great. Great shirt. Yeah, I love it. And do you know what? I've often looked at Hermit t-shirts and things. I never really found one I liked. I've never come across this design before. And somebody left a comment, actually, and saying who it's by. And it's by Mortis Viventi. There's like a label here. Hopefully you can see that. Mortis Viventi. So that's who the t-shirt is by. Simon, I got Dark Wood Tarot. I love it. Any ideas on what to edge the deck? Yeah, I thought about what to edge it. We're doing the review next week of it on the Tarot Times. Elle Becca and myself, but I wanted to share with you as well because I had 2 damaged cards. I spotted one card damaged when I did the walkthrough, and then somebody else said, have you noticed also you've got another damaged card? And I hadn't, but the 2 that were damaged was the 9 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. And let me show you. The way they came out, there's like a crease down the middle of each of these 2 cards, exactly the same, the only 2 in the deck. So I wrote to Llewellyn and just said, look, you know, I've never written to Llewellyn before. I've written to US Games and I've written to Schiffer, and they've replaced cards for me. They've always sent a little note saying, yeah, really sorry about this, we'll get something out to you. Never heard anything. And I thought, if I've not heard back from Llewellyn by the weekend, I will give them a call. But, I'll cover my address, they arrived in the post, and the 2 cards are in there. No note or anything, which is bizarre, but just like a little, they had these little envelopes, and one was in each one. Really protected well, and then there was a piece of paper wrapped around them, both of them, to keep them together. So they've been replaced. So thank you, Llewellyn, for replacing the cards very promptly as well. It took less than a week, and they're going to come from the States, aren't they? So actually, no, it's come from this country. Oh no, it hasn't. US postage, $2.24, but it's come really quickly in like a week, just over a week. So that's good. I saw my name tagged, so let's see what I've missed. It looks like a good quality shirt. Stephanie, it really is. It's really nice, thick material. It's not cheaply made. It's a really good one. But I do think the quality of your t-shirts in the States, I know you're not in the States now, but the quality of t-shirts in the States are better than ours. They are thicker. It's the same with shirts that men wear, you know, like for suits. Your material is really thick. Ours is transparent. If you get a white shirt, you can see through it, unless you buy a really, really expensive quality one. So I do think the quality of your clothing is better. I'm with you about baggy tops. Oh, what's that? Perhaps us Americans are having an influence on him, Al. Simon of the States offering cookies around. Traitor to the biscuit. Offering cookies around? I have no clue what you're going on about. Hi, Chantel. The Wandering Soul. Hello, Simon. I miss you. I haven't gone anywhere. I went away, but I vlogged while I was away on both trips. Or have you been away? Is that what you mean? You've been away. Jenna, I can't lose him to cookies. Z, I will understand. Did I mention cookies? When did I mention cookies? Good job, Llewellyn. Yeah, really good service. And I've found that with all of the publishers, actually, Schiffer and US Games as well, have replaced without any quibbles, and just sent any damaged cards, rectified cards that were damaged. So, how is everybody? We all got a cuppa. I've just got my usual coffee with almond milk today. I don't know about anybody else, but what we all got for a drink. The vlog with the orbs was amazing. Yeah, I did a separate one because it was quite long and it made the vlog like an hour and a half. But I did a separate one with just the orbs as well, if people just wanted to see that without having to watch all the whole vlog. What you drinking, Simon? So I'm drinking coffee with almond milk today. I can't believe he's forgotten the story he told me already. No, the story I told you was when I was married to an American, I used to take her baking products into work and all my colleagues loved it. And I got pulled up for using the word cookie because I was married to an American and I was spending a lot of time in America, and she used to make cinnamon rolls, brownies, cookies, and there was something else. And each Monday, well, she'd bake on the Sunday, and each Monday I'd take a tin in for everybody at work, and they just loved Mondays, but they pulled me up for using words like cookies. Is that what you mean? So we have got, so Jess's had her kitten spill her coffee all over the floor. Oh dear. Hazelnut coffee for Caroline, salted caramel coffee, you have all these lovely flavours. Orange chocolate coffee with hazelnut creamer, wow. The Wanderer's Hall, I love the vlog, Simon, wish you could do more. I do, because that means I could have more time off and travel around. Wouldn't that be an amazing job, just to travel and vlog? Oh, wow. Channel 4, if you're watching, I'm your man, I'll do it. I'm having wine before a sauna. Wow, how'd the other half live? Hubby is making a cup of tea now. I even get a biscuit with it. A biscuit, you see. Stephanie's been anglicised. A cuppa is a glass of red Merlot for me. Can't fault you, Rebecca. Adam's Ale, also known as water. We used to call it council wine. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. Hazelnut coffee is a very cool mug from Etsy that has 4 queens from the RWS. Oh wow. Jen is happy to have her coffee. I ran out last week and didn't have any coffee for a couple of days. How can you go for a couple of days without coffee? I mean, seriously. Travel show, Hermit on Parade, yeah. Orange vanilla soda, Cuban coffee, black coffee, yesterday's lemonade. Where's your next planned trip? October, going to see Becca. Is my next planned trip. And I've said to her, because she said, what do you want to do? And I said, I really won't mind going into the city of Oxford, because when I very first went to visit Becca a couple of years ago, we did go into Oxford, but it was just kind of to go to Oxford jail, and then she had a tattoo, so it took up a bit of time. So I'd really like to just have a mooch around Oxford itself, see the sights, have some lunch, that sort of thing. Diet Coke for Elle. Hi, Ange. Coffee by day, gym by night. I like that. And hi, Jackie Jacaranda. Good to see you. Yeah, so lots of people are having coffee anyway. So not many tea drinkers today. So channel shout out time. So brand new channel, only started about a month ago. I think it was Robin actually at Toadstool Tarot who first told me about this channel, I'm pretty sure. But it's Longman Tarot. Richard from Longman Tarot. Do give him some love and a sub. He's really knowledgeable around the tarot. Like I say, he only started about a month ago, if that. And he's done a lot of topics. He's working his way through the majors, talking about the majors. He does study cards, like studying the courts. And he's even done quite a personal vlog just recently about seasonal affective disorders, as September is approaching for a lot of us. Oh God, why do I say things like that? You must be somewhere in the world. September is approaching for all of us, but for some of us, that's quite a big deal, you know, and it can have impacts on our overall well-being, and he tackles it really well, and he gives some good tips that you can work with to try and, you know, if you are affected by SAD, then, you know, some tips that you can implement and put in place that he's found and work with. Water Child Tarot said Richard is fun. Yes, it's a great channel, so do check out Longman Tarot. That sounds like Tim Hortons coffee. Hey, hot dogs. I've been called a hot dog before. Some of us are alien. Yeah. Just sub him, look good. Hi, Selkie. Butterfly magic with hot tea, a social distancing wedding. Oh, I'm not quite sure what you guys are mentioning there. So just to mention as well, towards the end of Cup of Catchpring cards today will be the draw for the CS Tarot, the special edition CS Tarot. And that is the one that contains the Hermit's Cave 10,000 card. Now, just to say as well that the Hermit's Cave 10,000 card does not replace the Hermit card. The Hermit card is still, why is it flashing all bright? So you still get your Hermit card. And you can choose, if you're the winner, you can choose your own colour back. So either black crackle back, burnt orange crackle back, or the amber crackle back. So, and this is thank you to Conrad Stain, who is covering all of this as a thank you for the support that he receives from everybody in the Hermit's Cave. He's got a fantastic shop on NPC, Make Playing Cards. Do check it out. He's just uploaded quite a few, more or less at cost price, Marseille decks as well. So he's been able to get some, you know, out of print, or should I say copyright free scans of various Marseille decks, and is uploading them. You have to put on a percentage on NPC. So he basically is put on 1% because he says it's not about making money. He just wants tarot to be out there and accessible. So check out Conrad Stain's shop on Make Playing Cards as well. But I'm so grateful because he did this deck for me, and it had the Hermit's Cave 10,000 to recognise 10,000 subscribers, and also a card that said Simon as well. That's exclusively my deck. What will be exclusively your deck is the colour back that you want, and the only other deck that has a Hermit's Cave card in it. Obviously you won't have the Simon one because there'd be no point, but you will have the 10,000 Hermit's Cave one as well, and that will be other than mine, the only other one in the world. So that's, I was really grateful when he said he'd like to do that. So everybody's had 2 weeks to put their names in. So this was announced 2 weeks ago on the channel. Everybody's had 2 weeks, and half an hour before going on air, there was one last one that came in, and I went back to say, yeah, you just made it, but that's the cutoff because I've obviously had to take out everybody's names and put them into the bowl. We have had 121 entries, which is really high response. So thank you to everybody that has taken part or put their name in to take part. All right, what else has been happening then? So we'll do that a little bit later on. I've got a couple of decks to show you, which we can do now. So the first one is this little beauty, which is the Tarot of Marseille, and it's a mini Marseille deck. And I hadn't, it's been out a while, I believe, but I hadn't, where's my little scissors? Oh, there they are. I hadn't been aware of it until somebody posted it into the Hermit's Cave Facebook group. And I was like, oh, they look interesting. And it was really cheap. And then I saw Nancy, the Texas Rose, do her video about her purgatory box, where she's thinking of letting some go. And she mentioned this deck, and I thought, wow, it must have been out a while then. It's by Los Scarabeo. And it's in a fantastic linen box, really nice, sturdy box. You can see here, it's got the Los Scarabeo. And can you see the pattern there? Show it's got that nice linen finish. Billy, as we create and craft, would call it cup of chance for the jaw, as they have a giant cup for the purpose of prize draws. Oh, I received that mini just yesterday. I love it, says Jamie. Just imagine if you had 10,000 entries, Simon. I know. Is it bigger than the marshmallow? We'll have a look. I think it's smaller. No, it's smaller than the marshmallow. That's the inside of the box. You get your little white book. I'm going to pull the blinds because I'm being saturated by light and you're not going to see anything. So just bear with. Let's get the marshmallow while I think about it. Okay. So, yeah, it's Diddy. It's a Diddy little deck. I saw another question. Neem, hello Neem. Simon, what would you have done? Oh, no, I've got that one. We've got some protests happening in Nottingham at the moment. I'm not sure what it is, but I keep getting news flashes about it from Nottingham News. And there's thousands of people in the streets and it's brought the city to a standstill. So we probably will hear, it's been going on since mid-morning, we probably will hear quite a bit of noise, distractions and things. I found it. There is, I'm trying to cut into it, there's a little pull piece there. I hear tingling. Oh, is that my wind chime? Yeah, it's a metal wind chime actually. In the wind, I've had it for quite a few years. I love it. Oh, so Tarot of Marseille. And these are so tiny. What a great little deck. So against the marshmallow, they're smaller than the marshmallow. This is a marshmallow card. And here is the mini. Nottingham sounds like such a fairy tale location. Maybe they are out chasing Robin Hood. They probably will make their way up to the Robin Hood statue. It is like a focal point of the city. So yeah, I mean, we know what Marseille looks like, and it doesn't say, let's have a look, is it Convert or 2020, so it's not been out that long. The name Tower of Marseille does not indicate a single deck of cards, but rather a series of iconographic, when they split words up between one line and the next, models which identify a type of tarot deck. At the end of the 1600s, this type of card deck spread all over Europe, eliminating and replacing, with rare exception, for example, the neoclassical tarot, all regional productions and variants of tarots. As an example, we will describe the cartomantic spread called the Veil. Well, I want to know about what it's based on, but it's not going to tell you. And it's in multiple languages, so you don't get much. Does it say on the back? Artwork by Anna Maria Morsuki and Mattia Attolini. 78 cards with instructions. And that's all it says. Anybody else know? Hi Tanji. So yeah, did a little cards, but nice quality. These are the backs. Nice, crisp and clean. Simon, are the cards the same size as the Radiant Spirit? I think they are, because the low Scarabeo are the same. Yes. And the same box. Good point, Angie. And mini decks are very popular at the moment, so that's probably why they're all coming out in 2020. So, Radiant, both the same, exactly the same size. Thank you, Wisteria. Pope. The Lovers. I'll just show the majors, but they're really colourful. This could go into my travel altar kit, because in there I've got the mini Roots and Wings for the Oracle. I've got the mini RWS, but I don't have a mini Marseille deck. They are smaller. Yes, they are smaller than the tin. But again, the sizes do actually vary in the tin decks. They're not all a standard size. Some are smaller than others when it comes to the tin decks. I think I've got about 16 of the tin decks, and they're not all a standard size. Lots are, but not all of them. That's a gorgeous moon card. Playing Marseille. No, they're a bit smaller than Playing Marseille. You're wanting me to get up and compare against all these decks, aren't you? I think they're a little bit smaller and narrower than Playing Marseille. Got to try and remember where I put Playing Marseille. Now it was over here. Let's have a look. Playing Marseille. Yeah, much smaller. Much smaller. So this is a Playing Marseille. And this is the mini Marseille. So quite a bit smaller. So I'll just show you a few of the minors because Pip's right. So here's our Ace of Cups, the 2, and we'll look at the 9. And then we have Ace of Coins, the 2, and then we've got the 10. These are really nice cards as well. Handy for travel, yes, absolutely. Ace of Wands. Two. And 10. And then we have the Ace of Swords. 2. and 10. And then show you some courts. The valet, cavalier, queen, and the king. So I really like them. And yes, I do think, oh, where's my radiant wires? I left that out. I do think that I'll probably put them in my travel box. I was debating whether to put the radiant wires, but I still kind of want them around here. But with these as being kind of a standard Marseille, they will go nice. I love the box. I think the box is really sturdy. And I'm so over tuck boxes. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm really over tuck boxes because they don't last. The little flaps at the sides rip off all the time. The state of my Parpolka is dreadful. So these nice, sturdy 2-part boxes are a dream. I just hope they all start to come like this now. I've seen loads of comments flying by, so hope I haven't missed too much. Me too, no more tuck boxes. I like the portability of a mini, yeah. And, you know, I've noticed there is this proliferation of minis now, and that's fine if it's an alternative. I don't want necessarily a mini to become the standard, and I don't think it will. You know, I like a proper sized deck. It's nice if there's a mini version. Connor, hello Connor. You might have been here a while, but if I have only just seen you, then hello and welcome. Hard boxes are elite. It's essential for me. Yeah, I think so, especially if you're throwing them in a bag or, you know, as I said, my Parpolka is falling to bits, the box for it, and it hasn't had a lot of use, but they're flimsy and yeah. So bring on the hard boxes. Hello, Martin. Anything else I'm missing? Deck confessions. As well as Oak, Ash and Thorn Tarot, I've also gone for Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck by Amanda Lovelace. Very inclusive deck, very diverse, age, race, and a variety of bodies. That's good to hear. I'm kind of scaling back on Oracle decks. There's some I don't want to let go of because I've got like sentimental attachments to, but I could get rid of at least another 30 to 40 Oracle decks and not lose sleep about it. I've got a very staple few that I really enjoy working with, and I'm getting a lot out of working with. However, if anybody was in Becca's chat last night, Brant shared a file, Brant from Moonbaby, shared a file where you can buy this PDF for about £12, so I'd say it's about $15, of Oracle cards that you then have to print yourself. So you could use something like MPC. And it's an RWS Oracle. So it takes images from Pixie's artwork and makes them into an oracle. So it'll have the rain clouds from the Three of Swords. And it might say something like heartbreak as the keyword, or it'll have the lemniscate from above the magician or the strength card. And it's just got lots of, so it's a bit like, you know, Pixie's Astounding Lenormand, but it's a full-size, tarot-sized oracle. And there's 54 cards, which is pretty decent for an oracle. And it's done me a tin and a little white book and everything. So I'm really excited. The problem is with MPC, you have to wait for the UK anyway. It takes about a month to get anything from them. So I've got a long wait ahead of me, but I can't wait. I can't wait to get it. When I launched mine into my candle. Oh, was that the Neo Rider? They are so slippy, aren't they? Or slippery. Both words exist, apparently, but I tend to keep saying slipping instead of slippery. Do you read Lenormand? Not really. If you was to speak to somebody who reads Lenormand and I told them how I read Lenormand, they'll probably tell me I'm not reading them right. But I just pull out a significator card and then I basically just lay cards either side. So if it's one card either side, two cards either side, and I look at the positions. But I'm not that brilliant on just thinking dog means this or key means that. And it is very specific, apparently. But again, jury's out on that one because some people say it's not and other people say it is. So, but tarot's my bag. It's the divination system that I'm most comfortable with. Just realised I left out those two little cards. One's an advertisement card. Why did? Well, I get why they put it in. It's for advertising, but so yeah. So I just I just I like tarot and oracle. I use as clarifiers a lot. Although I'm really enjoying, and I've shown it a few times. This is a clarifier deck, and this is the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle. It's by the White Witch Oracle, and she's got a. I keep looking at her shop because I want to get it. She's got a rune version as well, but it was Kickstarter, so I don't think it's made it onto the shop yet. But these are the backs, and this is great for clarification. It's called an oracle, but there's only 13 cards, but it'll say go, the time is right, or not the right time. And then you just get your yes, or reconsider, unlikely, let it go, or you, and no. There's more cards than that, but it's great just to, you know, if you're laying out your cards and you're like, oh, what is it telling me? If you're really struggling or you want something very specific, and they're great if you just want to pull one for yes/no questions. What do you think about those little tarot charms? I'm getting them. I love them. I've got to wait for payday because they're quite expensive. What Robin's talking about is Lainey, who has the, oh, she's just changed her channel name. I think it's Tarot Talks and Reviews. Oh, could somebody help me out? One of the mods, Elaine Murphy's channel. But she showed this little tin, and it's called Tarot in a Tin, and the charms. And you've got the 22 major arcana in charms, plus the happy squirrel, plus the 4 suits. So you've got a wand, a sword, a pentacle, and a cup, and then a dice, which is numbered 1 to 14. So, you know, if you pull a cup, for instance, you roll the dice. And if you pull a 14, it's the King of Cups. If you pull a 7, obviously 7 of Cups. And then, obviously, the majors are the majors. But, so you can either pull them or you can cast them. So, Elaine's News and Reviews, that's it. Thank you, Jackie. What oracle did Simon just show? So this is the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle. And it is by the White Witch Oracle. So you can Google White Witch Oracle and she comes up. So if you're asking a question, ask yourself a question that's you need clarification on. If you just want like a yes or a no, or you're not sure what to do. So let's just give it 20 seconds. Think about a question that you would like some clarification on. Thank you, Jen. Right, are you ready? Whatever it is you're asking, go. The time is right. Go. The time is right. Hi, Patsy. Good to see you. So yeah, so they're great. As I said, they're great for clarifiers and all. I went to do a reading last week at a lady's house, and we did the spread and everything. She wanted something very, very specific, so I used that as well, and it just came out yes. Just came out yes. So I was like, oh, well, there you are. Couldn't be more clear. Green woman crafts on eBay, £30. £30? There was 50 when I saw them. Green woman crafts from her website. They're £50. Oh, interesting. All right, so the other deck that I got that has only just arrived today, and I don't know if Stephanie is still in the room. Let me know if you're here, Stephanie, because I want to know if you've had yours. But Stephanie contacted me in the week and just said, is this a deck that you've been looking to get? And it is. There is a more modern version out, but it is one that's on my list. And it's the Morgan's Tarot. And which is very unique in terms of its style. You know, it's just 88 cards. There are no suits. Some people just say it's an oracle, but it's billed as a tarot. She's here. And she said that there was a seller selling 2 copies, and did I want one, which was really lovely. She wouldn't take anything for it, and she just sent it in the post to me, and it came today. Now, the box is a little bit bashed. Now this, we believe, is an early 80s edition. It's before barcodes, so I can't scan it into Libib or anything like that. I'm gonna have to manually input it. It's a black and white deck, but it's very unique. It's not like anything I've got, and I've seen it so many times, but the cards are still sealed. It's by US Games, and I think it's about 82, 83. Originally, it was released in 1960, the very first copy of this. I broke through the wrapping today. Yeah, so to get to where the cards are still sealed is quite something, as I would say. Morgan's Tarot, instructions by Morgan Robbins, US Games, 1983. Yeah, 1983. Tarot in a tin, casting charms is how it's listed on eBay. Would you PM me the link to the one that you saw for £30? Because I did see other versions on there, but they weren't as good, I didn't think, as the Green Witch Woman one. So, introduction. Out of the mystic 60s and into the tantric 80s speaks an unusual vehicle called Morgan's Tarot. Created to transmit New Age consciousness and energy, Morgan's Tarot was inspired by various spiritual traditions, especially Tibetan Buddhism, but most of the cards reflect direct experience. The tarot penetrates the unknown by reflecting elements of the sources of knowledge and wisdom. It mirrors the collective unconscious and basic archetypal symbols in universal settings. In contrast to conventional psychology, the tarot assumes a spiritual universe of which the physical world is a reflection. Whereas psychology tends to accept a dualistic premise, esoteric philosophy works from a non-dualistic premise. Thus, in the physical world, there is both the object that is perceived and the perceiver. In the mystic realms, the apparent separation is felt to be an illusion contained within unity. Did you understand any of that? Talk about psychobabble. I get it, but blooming heck, there's simpler ways to put things, isn't there? Stephanie says it's such an unusual deck in the best way possible. It is an unusual deck. It's for me €55 on. Yeah, I saw it at 52, so that'd be about right. So the ways in which the Morgan tarot cards can be used are infinitely varied. A few methods are suggested in this booklet. Morgan's tarot differs from traditional tarot decks in that it comprises of 88 cards instead of the usual 78 and has no division of major or minor arcana. There is no specific order to the deck. The order in which they are described here is purely random. So then it goes into all of the card meanings. So they are random. So you are going to have to go through all the pages. If you pull a card and you want a greater breakdown, you are going to have to go in because it's not even alphabetical. It's random. So it goes from freak to ball. No trips without a tripper. So it's not in any order, but so that's the little booklet that comes with it. Shall we crack it open? Okay. There's one for £30. Yeah, I don't think it's the same one though. Okay, I'm in. Can't believe I'm unwrapping a deck that has been sealed for almost 40 years. It's weird, isn't it? 37 years sealed. Okay. So these are the backs. Beautiful cardstock. Nice. Proper US Games. Morgan's Tarot, illustrated by Darshan Gopash and created by Morgan Robbins. Transmutation through union of opposites. So, 88 cards, not in any order or any structure. No separation of majors or minors or suits or courts. So you could argue that it's to be used as an oracle, but it is a tarot. It's billed as a tarot. There is, even though it's 1983, we do have the copyright from US Games on the side. Even though it's pre-barcode, it's still after the 1975-6. So here we have Not Yet Complete. I like the font. I love that as well. There are no mistakes, with mistakes being spelt wrong. I think I remember a poster with that on years ago, back in the 80s. There are no mistakes. It's spelled like a steak. As in the meat. Did Stuart Kaplan write that intro you read? I'm not sure. Where will it say? Introduction. Does it say? No, it doesn't say that he has. Not even at the back. Unless it says on the box. I forgot to show you the box, didn't I? Morgan's Tarot deck, complete with booklet of instructions that describes the imagery of each card and the experience it evokes. The cards are inspired by counterculture philosophy and personal realizations. The deck is intended to expand the consciousness of the reader. Created by Morgan Robbins and illustrated by Darshan Korpash, Morgan's Tarot encompasses New Age consciousness and energy. The black and white deck comprises 88 cards. Yeah, so it doesn't say that the Little White Book is written by Stuart Kaplan. I'd imagine not. I'd imagine that it would be Morgan, because the illustrator is Darpin. So we have Passion, little street sign there saying lust. It is not what you do that counts, it is where your head is at. Hi, B. Go ahead. On, and there's an on-off switch there. Do it now. So they are very oracle-ish, aren't they? I think I'll make a Buddha. I love that. Keep up the good work. But, you know, it does invoke quite a lot. It's quite important, isn't it? Because people marvel at the man-made wonders of things like the pyramids. Well, it took years and people died creating the pyramids, you know. The blood, sweat and tears, and there's a few last blocks to go on the top. And it's just keep up the good work. You know, what we put out is long lasting. Who am I? Looking in the mirror. Whatever's right. Do not meddle in the affairs of wizards, for they are subtle and quick to anger. Think about it for a while. I still don't understand. I say that a lot. I still don't understand. I kind of feels like an early indie deck. Don't worry, you can do no wrong. A pair of scissors. Made a complete bodge job. Someone is laughing at you. Oh, that's an awful card to pull though, isn't it? Someone is laughing at you. It's all right if you're telling jokes or being funny. The one, ... Mind is rootless and foundationless. Oh, I like that. Death and rebirth. Death and rebirth. Heavy. Tell this is a 60s deck. We have Freak. Okay, I'll have a look at Green Woman Crafts after, if that's all right. Be careful going around curves. Somewhere there is an energy leak. Now I thought it was a lucky 8 ball, but that's a 6 for ball. The Virgin. I quite like the simple illustrations actually. No trips without the tripper. And then we have trip, an actual trip. The path, so we have a start and an end. I love the peace symbol in the middle. Oh, we have a blank card, completely blank. What are you feeling now? Drink gold. That reminds me. Have a sup. Thank you, Billy, for sending me the links. Appreciate that. What's happening? Grass. And there I was, surrounded. I really like this. There is nothing you can do. It's true, sometimes there's nothing more we can do. Awake. Who is watching the cosmic drama? That reminds me of my studies with the Brahma Kumaris, World Spiritual University. They believed that life was a drama and we have no control over it. We just have to get through it, live it, gain experience, and that every 5,000 years we come round and do it all again, and we're trapped in this cycle of constant drama. You know, and there's terrible things would happen. There was a big leader there, and he came to Nottingham and he did this book signing and he did a talk and it was wonderful. And a few weeks later, he just dropped down dead. And the leader at the Nottingham branch where I was studying, she told us that he died. And my first reaction was, oh my goodness, because he wasn't old, probably early 50s. And she just says, it's just drama. It's just drama. And I was like, wow. You are experiencing illegitimate feelings. Mushroom. Down home funk. Nobody here but us folk. Rains. Or what was it I was doing a minute ago? Yeah. What was it? Oh, what did I just come into this room for? Your doubt is your faith, if necessary in your particular case, perhaps. I like that. This may not be a perfect circle, but it is a perfect whatever it is. Isn't that true? I mean, perfection and imperfection is such a fine line based on what the observer expects, I suppose. Boo. Drug dragged. Power. Flower power. You are a pawn. As above, so below. We get the reflection there in the water. What are your thoughts? The field of the world. Do you like this deck? I'm so pleased that I finally got it. Thank you, Stephanie. The dream. You are our God. Love them. I like it. I think they're going to shuffle beautifully as well because it's that lovely, soft, smooth US Games cardstock. You can still get them. I don't know if they're going to look exactly like this because it's a 1983 version, but they are still available. We have hand. But I probably will use it as an oracle to pull a card and to reflect on and see what it brings up, what it invokes. Ignore the preceding. It is so 60s though. Far out, man. Eternal bliss. We have the Om symbol. Love that. We have stop. Not unfolding the way it sounds. Sorry, not unfolding the way it should. The universe. Again, we've got the peace symbol in the middle. Door to the Akashic records. There is no you. Again, reminds me. New Kadampa tradition. All these groups I've studied with, you know, I've taken something from all of them when I was very much a spiritual shopper. And there's a Buddhist group called the New Kadampa tradition. And when I went there, we did this meditation, and the meditation was that we don't exist. He was saying, what is the mind? You are not the mind. What are your bones? You are not your bones. What is the skin? And he went through everything until you get to a point where you realize that you don't exist. And that kind of reminds me, yeah, what is the I? When we say I, what are we actually referring to? Our heart, our brain? And are we that? From here on, From here on in, it's nothing but a downhill run. That's like when you climb the Tour, it kills you, but going down, it's a breeze. Further orders await. So we have orders. That's quite interesting. We don't get a keyword, we just get a replication of what that is, you know, that ever-turning wheel. Speed. If there is a judge, you are it. Simon, I like the message with added humour to it. I see it as oracle cards. I can't see the illustrations though, but they look really nice. Yeah, they are quite faint. I like the fact that sometimes they don't bother to put a keyword in. There are no others. So there's no us and there's no others. Look at that. How beautiful is that illustration? The yin and the yang. Beautiful butterfly. Have you been hacked, June? Someone is posting as me at the moment. I'm going back to see if I can see a comment from our June. I can't see it, June. Oh, it's jumping all about. I can't. Oh, there's that one there. I don't know how butterfly, but when first came on my message were correct. We have wait and this gate. I don't quite know what to say about that one. Forget it. The war has reached a critical point between Atlantis and Mu? I can't make that out. I come from a different planet. Tomato, potato, eggplant. They're so random. I love it. Baba. Now, Baba, when I was talking to you about the Brahma Kumaris, who said, you know, life is a drama and we come around every 5,000 years, that point of light, they refer to the Supreme Soul as Baba, which means father. This is central headquarters. We're nearly at the end. The valley. Does consciousness ring a bell? I like that. Monday. Start of a new sheet. Let George do it. George? I was going to say George Harrison perhaps, but if this was first created in 1960, that's before Beatles. We have love. Pigs and fishes surround you. I can see a test, June. Tee hee hee ha ha. Try to relax. Always remember this. And then we have an empty book which says wordless. So there you have it, 88 cards, the Morgan's Tarot. It's not the Morgan, sorry, Morgan's Tarot. And yeah, I'm really glad to finally have it. It's one that I've looked at for a number of years and never got. It wasn't that easy to get over here, even though it's been re-released. It's still pretty hard to get. So when Stephanie reached out and said there was a couple of 80s versions and did I want the other one, I was so grateful. So again, thank you, Stephanie, I really appreciate it. And I hope you like yours too. I can't get it shut now. That deck would sure get you out of a funk. It would, wouldn't it? Put the little book at the back. See, tuck boxes, they're so fiddly. Oh, I can't even get that's it, the flap back in. So that's that. Anything else to show? The only other thing, I don't know, before we do the draw, I don't know if anybody watches Goliath's channel, who did the El Goliath Tarot. But he showed a book the other day, and it was this book called Instructions by Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman, I mean, is a literary genius, isn't he? Very well known, you know, Neverwhere, American Gods, all that stuff. And what was the Ocean at the Bottom of the Lane? I loved that book. Absolutely loved that book. Hi, Thace. But this one is a kind of, well, it's a kid's book, but I think if a child was to read this, they'll be like, what does it mean? What does it mean? And I suppose that's always the case with a lot of children's books, because children's books, fairy tales, all that sort of stuff, they all have a tale to tell. They all have a moral, don't they? And things like that. But this book in particular, as I say, it's by Neil Gaiman, but the illustrator is Charles Vess. And it's only a very thin book, but it's such a little treasure. It's, I suppose, if I was to sum it up, I would say that it's an analogy for life. And do check it out on Goliath's channel, because he reads the book and then he gives what his thoughts are about it. But what I love about it is, for me, it is saying that you should always look for the unseen in life, you know, the wonder, the magic, the kind of otherworldliness. Let me show you some of the the illustrations are absolutely beautiful. So it's called Instructions because it starts off with, I was going to say, it doesn't really tell you much about it on the book. On the back, it just says, when a lonely traveller finds a wooden gate in a wall that he has never seen before, a mysterious adventure begins. You must follow the instructions through magical realms and lands unknown, but will you ever find your way back? Written by the best-selling Neil Gaiman and illustrated by award-winning Charles Vess. Keep seeing lots of messages popping up. So it will say here, it starts off with, touch the wooden gate in the wall that you've never seen before. Say please before you open the latch and go through. And Goliath says that that's like, you know, being born, you know, entering the world through the womb. But you follow a set of instructions as you work your way through the book. Let me see a couple. I love this. If any creature tells you that it hungers, feed it. If it tells you that it's dirty, clean it. If it cries to you that it hurts, then if you can, ease its pain. And that's a reminder, isn't it, that, you know, we are here, we are servants. We're here to not only look after ourselves, but also lend a hand to those in need. You know, feed the hungry, clean the dirty, you know, and if someone's in pain, let's remember that we can perhaps do something to try and lift that pain. Talks about hidden worlds, looking through a well into a hidden world, which reminds us of that those liminal spaces, those hidden worlds that might not be, you know, in our conscious as we go about our daily lives. But if we pause and we put ourselves into that mind state, the way that the world opens up to us. What else have we got? In the clearing beyond the castle, the 12 months sit around a fire, warming their feet, exchanging tales. They may do favours for you if you are polite. So, yeah, so here we've got the 12 months of the year, sitting around a fire. So that's like the world, isn't it, with its 12 months, going around the sun, you know, warming from the heat. But perhaps the one there in the back which might be December, we're talking Northern Hemisphere, perhaps a little bit colder because it's not as close to the sun, to the heat. They're exchanging tales. Every season, every month has its own tale, and they may do favours for us, you know. We're going on holiday, we want nice weather. We ask, don't they, oh, I hope the weather's nice, asking for those favours. There's loads in here. If an eagle gives you a feather, keep it safe. What are the treasures that we collect? Shells on a beach, feathers from birds, crystals from the earth. This is interesting. Remember that giants sleep too soundly, that witches are often betrayed by their appetites. Dragons have one soft spot somewhere, always. Hearts can be well hidden if you betray them with your tongue. And that's just about choosing our words carefully, isn't it? You know, because we can lose friends, we can betray people with our words. And everybody has a soft spot. Not everybody's a dragon, and, you know, even though they might appear to be. Do not be jealous of your sister. Know that diamonds and roses are as uncomfortable when they tumble from one's lips as toads and frogs, colder too, and sharper, and they cut. Remember your name. Do not lose hope. What you seek will be found. Be true to who you are, basically. Remember your name. Remember who you are while you're on your journey. Don't lose hope. We're going to hit so many obstacles and hurdles and setbacks. But what we seek, if we continue to seek, continue to keep going forward with an eye single on what it is we want, we'll find it. So it's a lovely little book. Do not forget manners. Do not look back. Wonderful. Taking a chance, taking a plunge. Ride the wise eagle. You shall not fall. So lovely little book. Oh, and I love this. This is like coming home. The cyclical nature of life here. And it says, when you reach the little house, the place your journey started, you'll recognise it, although it will seem much smaller than you remember. Walk up the path and through the garden gate you never saw before but once. And I always remember I'd be about 6 and we went on holiday, and it was probably the first holiday I could remember, and we was gone for quite a while, and when we came back on the train and walked down our street, the house, my house, even though I'd been gone that long, looked tiny. And I don't know if you ever revisit any of your old stomping grounds, your old places where you grew up as a kid, and you look back, everything seems so much smaller because we've grown. And I don't just mean in stature, in our physical appearance, but we grow. We're constantly growing. And things from our past seem so much smaller and sometimes insignificant as well. So I think that's a beautiful analogy. Simba, remember who you are. And there, so the very last page, depending, you know, when your life ends, and then go home, or make a home, or rest. So yeah, I had to get it. When I saw Goliath talk about it, it's only, I don't know, it isn't numbered, I'd say 30 pages, something like that. But I think some of these kids' books, like the boy, the horse, what is it called? I've got it on the bookshelf in the hall. The boy, the mole, the horse, and hold on, because it's going to bug me. It's only here on my bookshelf. This book, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse, and it's by Charlie Macquarie, and I've showed it before, it's like that. It's full of gems, beautiful illustrations, just gorgeous. And you can just pull this open after you've read it and just read the quotes from it, and it's like pulling an oracle card. It's really, really gorgeous. and it's the book of the year for 2020. So I love books like that because they're little gems. It's my favourite book. I bought one for my friend who suffers with depression, Stephanie. Is that the instructions or the Boy the Mole one? I love that book. I have it too, Simon. Right, shall we do the draw? Dum dum dum. So for the CS Tarot, I don't know, I haven't seen Conrad, whether Conrad's here or not, but it's not a problem if he's not. But as I said, 121 names in the bowl for the exclusive edition of the CS Tarot, which has the additional card for those just coming in, the additional card of the Hermit's Cave, which is to mark 10,000 subscribers. So it's got the Roman numeral there for 10,000. With the colour back of your choice, which is either black, burnt orange, or amber. Okay, so any one of those, whoever wins. Look at all the drum rolls. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Right, so clean hand, going in. Yeah, good luck everyone. Give it a good whir around. I have one. Oh my goodness. Kimberly Mayer. Kimberly Mayer has won. Congratulations, Kimberly. I'd love to say why that is so synchronistic, but I can't. But Kimberly Mayer, well done. That is absolutely brilliant. So made up for you. So Kimberly, send me a message. I think you've got me on Facebook anyway. So send me a message through Facebook Messenger with the colour back that you would like. And I will pass all the information. Oh, and your mailing address, obviously, please. I will pass all the information on to Conrad, who will then order your deck, make sure it's printed and everything, and sent directly to you from Make Playing Cards. So, Kimberly, I don't know if you're still here. You were here. Oh, there you are. You just put some hearts. So, well done, Kimberly. You've won. All right. Anything else before I go, or shall I pull a card? And what shall I use? I've not used Carol Hertz's deck for a while, so let's pull that card. Everybody's saying congratulations. Yeah, well done, Kimberly. Well deserved. And thank you to everybody else that took part. There will be another giveaway soon. As soon as a deck comes from Kickstarter, which is so delayed, I'm going to do that as my 50th birthday giveaway. Surely it will be here by mid-October. So there will be another giveaway soon. And it's amazing because this is the 10,000 sub giveaway, and I'm like 10 away from 10,600, which is phenomenal. You're welcome, Turid. Oh, I've got a jumper. I've got a jumper. Oh, and our jumper card is the Four of Wands. Isn't that a beautiful image? So the Four of Wands for me is kind of like saying, let go of our limitations. Those things that we, those mental blocks that we create, or our fears, or things that kind of hold us back because we're either nervous or something, or we doubt our abilities, or we don't think we've got the right skills, or we're frightened of failing, and that could be because we failed at things in the past. For me, it's about when we see like the Four of Wands, it's about finding that balance between being really excited about something, balancing it with having caution. And there's nothing wrong with caution as long as it's measured, you know, because we can get really excited and we can just plow in and not do the research and not do the homework and then end up falling flat on our face. So we have to be cautious, but we mustn't mix caution up with that sort of fear that holds us back and stops us from doing anything in the first place. Because Wands is about our passion, so it's good to have the drive, it's good to have the passion and want that excitement for whatever it is that we're planning or hoping to achieve. And samskaras, I don't know if you've heard that word before, but samskaras are imprints where something happens to us that might be quite negative and it replays. So we get trapped in these restrictions, these tendencies to not do anything because, oh, I tried that once before and I failed. It's like an exam, you know. I remember doing an exam. It was around Microsoft Excel, and it was all formulas, and I lost out by a couple of points and failed the exam, and I'd spent ages. And then the next year it came around again, and I wasn't going to do it because of that fear. And I did it, and I passed. But, you know, we tend to get into these kind of, as in Buddhist terms and Hindu terms, it's called samskaras, these learnt behaviors, these learnt patterns based on previous experience. And we have to break away from that. You know, remember the Wands energy, remember the fire, the drive to be able to give us that kickstart to go forward. Have a little bit of caution, it's fine, it's healthy, but don't let it be too restrictive. Anything else? All I'd say is, also for the Four of Wands for me, exciting times lay ahead, you know? It is a card of celebration as well. So whatever it is that you're planning on doing, if you can get that right, if you can break those molds that kind of put doubt there and fears there, and embrace the Wands energy and go forward, do the careful planning, do the homework, then there will be something to celebrate and be thankful for. All right, so any final comments from anybody? Such an interesting take on the Four of Wands. I've heard of samsara, the loop around and around. Yeah, some say samsara, some say sanskara, depending on what traditions you follow. But it's the same thing, you know. It's learnt patterns that sometimes, you know, people who say who react the same way to things all the while, you know, there's certain trigger words. Again, that's samskaras or samsaras playing out because, you know, we don't pause to reflect. We have an instant reaction to something because it's learnt behaviour. And sometimes that can be quite negative to us and damaging to us. So we should kind of pause and reflect before moving on. But yeah, Four Wands, the balance between excitement and also applying a little bit of appropriate caution, I think. And then, you know, the celebration will come, the achievement will come. Right, all right, so thank you for being here. Well done again, Kimberly, brilliant. And once I've got your information, I'll pass it on to Conrad. Thank you, Conrad, for sponsoring this giveaway. And also do check out his shop on Mate Playing Cards because he's got a lot of stuff up there now and it's really affordable. So yeah, do check him out. I will be back next week, but it'll be Tarot Times next week with myself, Becca and Elle. I think we go on a little bit later, probably about 6 p.m. So 2 hours later than the usual cup of catch-up cards. So, but no doubt I'll be back in the week as well. Thank you for being here. Have a fantastic weekend and just enjoy whatever you do. Go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.